One by one, new excerpts of books about the end of Donald Trump's squadancy are bringing to light appalling reports in his final year in office. In the book Alone I Can Fix It, Donald J. Trump's catastrophic final year, Carol Loenig and Philip Rucker show basically the nation's top military leaders and how they were poised to thwart a coup, had Trump or his allies attempted one. Um, in the thing called Landslide, Michael Wolff writes that as late as the morning of January 6th, um, Trump and his former lawyer Rudy Kaludi may have believed that the election wasn't over, and then frankly, be, and basically in Trump's mind, he thinks that he won the election, but the inside story of how Trump lost, Michael C. Bender depicts Trump shouting treason and saying those who leaked the story about his family taking cover in the White House bunker during Black Lives Matter protest should be executed. Trump has already denied much of the reporting in the new books anyway, because that's how he lies. Um, the authors vary in style and approach to the Trump squadancy, and their assertions and sources have yet to be fully investigated by other media outlets, but their books about the recent past share one common theme that's relevant to America's immediate political future. Trump has an insatiable desire for attention, and he will continue to do whatever is necessary to keep the attention focused on him. As the former squatter keeps fueling speculation over his future political ambitions, Americans would be wise to remember that political service is likely not foremost in his mind. Trump is devoted to his need for the spotlight and whatever additional benefits it may bring upon him. As such, Americans can expect him to continue to peddle his big lie about the 2020 election being stolen, which it wasn't, and he's going to continue to attack those that fall short of his expectations of loyalty. To me, I don't even see how anybody can show loyalty to him when the fat fucker ain't been loyal to anybody. Trump's penchant for displays of dominance was evident on Thursday as the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy met with him at his New Jersey golf club. McCarthy said the focus of the meeting was winning the 2022 midterms, which hopefully doesn't happen, but it came just a day after the U.S. House Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection announced that it would hold its first public hearing at the end of this month. McCarthy has yet to name his selections to the committee, though many suspect he will try to place several strong Trump sycophants on it, a decision that the former squatter would likely wholeheartedly support. In addition, in addition to the meeting with Trump, McCarthy had reprised his tail between his legs trip to another of the former squatter's resorts during his January visit to Mar-a-Lago. McCarthy met with Trump to atone for criticisms that he had voiced against the former squatter after the insurrection and to ensure his support in future fundraising for congressional races. As McCarthy bows to a one-term former squatter, he resembles a courtier terrified of a wannabe king who would do and say almost anything to get what he wants. In this case, Trump wants attention, and he's willing to repeat and amplify the lies about the 2020 election that led to the violence on January 6th. At the recent conservatard political action conference in Dallas, for example, Trump repeated the lies that drove his sycophants to attack the Capitol, and in doing so, he ensured his remarks would make at least a few national headlines. On that same day, Trump called those at that Klan rally that participated, or that precipitated basically the insurrection. He called them peaceful people and great people, and they were neither one. While grossly inflating the size of the crowd in attendance, he also fueled the growing effort to make Ashley Babbitt a rioter who was shot by police as she tried to climb through a broken window leading to the speaker's lobby and later died a martyr for the Trump cause, and he turned the circumstances of her death into some sort of conspiratorial cause for alarm. In discussing Babbitt, the former squatter suggested that she was shot by a security officer for a certain high official, a Democrat, he added anonymously, and we will see because it's going to come out. According to NBC News, the officer did not work for a Democratic official, and anyone who wonders why the officer's name has not been made public might consider the state of those who ransacked the Capitol that fateful day. After all, many, including Babbitt, were animated by Trump-related conspiracy theories that drove them to violence. Trump's exploitation of Babbitt's tragic death will keep the fires of the outrage burning among his followers, or sycophants, and bind them even closer to him. And in fact, according to a political scientist, Stephen Webster, politicians are increasingly and deliberately likely to use rage to reinforce loyalty, and since it has a significant impact on bringing the sycophants to the polls. And like many anecdotes documented in the latest books on the Trump squadancy, the former squatter's irresponsible comments on Sunday confirmed that we all should know about what we should know about him by now. Trump is first and foremost an attention-seeking whore, and when he feels his star is receding, he will continue the whirl of a fantasy making, potentially with more energy behind it, and all of this bodes poorly for the months to come. As prosecutors in New York press their case against the Trump Organization, and as August 13th, the supposed date Trump's most deluded sycophants are marking for his return to power, which is set by political crackhead Mike Lindell, comes and goes with Joe Biden still as president. And sadly for all Americans, the tragic story continues. If you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Ryan RBW King. And then and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And thanks for listening.